Every good story has a main plot, characters, dialogues, twists in the tale, and conflicts. But what happens in the story of real life where the plot is undecided? We identify as the lead characters, and the twists and the conflicts just occur in the present life. Let me share a small excerpt from the story of my life, which is still a work in progress. Just as my mum and I had entered home after a disappointing national chess tournament, my sister had a warm smile on her face, almost nearly excited to see me. I knew there was something more to that sly smile of hers. She told me that there was something waiting for me in the fridge. Among all the leftovers was a golden brown box, and in it sat a chocolate pastry. The box had stuck on top a few post-it notes which she had handwritten and stuck there. She knew I was upset after my tournament and saw this as a way to cheer me up. That day, it wasn't about the chocolate pastry that made my taste buds dance with joy, or even the fact that I had to eventually share the pastry with my sister. It was that little thought behind it and that little effort she took that made everything worthwhile. In my room, in a small cupboard, there is an old wooden box. This box contains a bunch of photographs, a few birthday cards and letters, some random sheets of papers with kind words scribbled on them, gifts and chocolate wrappers neatly folded and preserved, and a few petals from flowers that were gifted to me. Most of these items, in the eyes of anyone else, would be completely irrelevant, with no meaning whatsoever. But to me, each of these items contributed significantly to a memory or to a story or to a time that made me feel happy. These little stories in my life are what keep me inspired and motivated. That day, the new addition to the collection of my overfilling box of memories was the lid of that very pastry box, making sure that all the post-it notes were intact. These memories in my memory box have been my solace on nights where I feel low, my companion on days where I feel ecstatic, and just a simple reminder that I am loved and needed in this beautiful world. We often tend to define our lives by the big moments, our birthdays, our first paycheck, the day we graduate school, and so many more. But we tend to ignore the little things and the little moments of life that lead to our real growth and happiness. We find meaning in life and get new perspectives by just hearing such reminiscence and conversations we have in our daily life that we often disregard as something unimportant or boring. But these mundane tasks and talks in our life is what makes each day a little bit more worth living. It's that smile you get from a stranger that changes your mood completely. It's the color the sky paints itself on certain days that makes you feel so inspired. And it's that little I love you hug in the morning from your mum when you greet her. And not only does this apply to each individual separately, but it also applies to the conversations you have when you meet new people and you hear little stories from their life too. These little things, unknowingly or knowingly, keep us going. The compliment you got from your colleague for that dress that looks so gorgeous on you, or the old lady that just showered you with blessings just because you helped her cross the road, or that feeling when your favorite song plays on the radio. For me, it's that mundanity and simplicity of life that keeps me motivated and happy. Enjoying these little stories in my life has made me realize and understand the importance of these little moments that eventually add up and are called the larger chunk of life. It is in that mundanity that I am able to identify my true self. We live in a world full of people and opinions and stories which add to the spice of our life. Each story is significant and unique in a way, but it is somehow often disregarded as something basic or plain or boring or not important. But these are the things that actually matter the most in our journey. Little things make our heart flutter and bring a beaming glow to our face. It's the little things that make our life a little better every day. It's the little things that make us feel happy. The truth is, we are all living for that extra bite of chocolate, that sudden cancellation of a class, and that chance to meet up with our friends. We are all living for the often unacknowledged instances of our life that make our days brighter and our nights a little less dark. So, are you living for the supposedly big moments of joy? Or are you living for the little things and the little moments that make our life large? Thank you.